Hello everyone, Cookie King here with a cast of a game of a TVZ between two ladder players in Platinum League. BFG, the red Zerg spawning in the south position of this map, and killerKoala spawning up here in the northern position of this two-player map, so it's not, of course, not possible to spawn here. These are the only two spawns, so you start off knowing where your opponent is, and BFG sends his overlord on the long trek towards his opponent's base, eventually planning to get some scouting information, have his overlord behind the base to figure stuff out. So, gonna have to see what each of these players do here. We got the supply depot. To begin the wall off, we're at any Zergling roam-bys that may want to occur in the future from BFG. So far still, we're gonna hit 12 supply. No pool in sight yet. The scouting SCVs coming out. Of course, going down here to check his opponent's base, see if there's an expansion first or a pool. Not sure yet what BFG is going to opt to do first. Pool first, hatch first. Looks like this drone's going down, so it looks like probably a hatch first. He's not going to have enough. Oh, nope, never mind. My bad. He's going out to scout. Wants to see what the Terran's doing. Of course, very smart. Oh, and it looks like killerKoala is in fact going to opt to block off the expansion with an engineering bay, which causes BFG to go pool first. Might have been his plan all along, but with the engineering bay, it kind of forced him to do that. He, of course, could have taken this third, but that would have been rather risky, as it is very far away from his natural, or from his main. This drone scout is going to get in. So far, no barracks yet from killerKoala. He certainly got the minerals. He might be wanting to do an expansion first. This engineering bay was stopped right before it finished. Let's see, it had 1 second left, so it has the maximum amount of health, and it will be able to be cancelled. Very good move there by killerKoala, gonna delay that expansion as long as possible. And no drone has been sent out for the expansion yet at the third, so we're gonna have to see what BFG decides to do in response to that. The pool's almost finished, probably gonna make a couple links to start hacking away, or the pool. Oh yes, the pool did just finish. Probably going to make a couple of links to start hacking away at this engineering bay eventually. Started with the queen first. We do have this expansion going down for killerKoala. Without a barracks, he's taking his 2 gases before his first barracks even comes down. So he's going to have quite a large stockpile of gas. Might end up being a little bit short for minerals. Have this expansion down here at the third being taken for BFG. Still no Zerglings out yet. No Zerglings in production, only the Queen as the attacking unit, so this engineering bay is going to be able to stay up here for quite a while now. Take a look at the harvest count. We're at 18-16, so fairly even there in terms of economical progress, except for BFG. Of course, is getting more minerals, as we can see, has more drones on the minerals, whereas killerKoala has 6 workers on gas this early in the game. He is just now able to start spending gas. I guess he could have spent gas on a planetary, and it looks like that's indeed what he's going for. He's going to want that natural expansion to be super secure. He's getting that planetary before he even gets an orbital there at that command center. And this engineering base still just chilling out. Unfortunately doomed to never be finished. This second base is just now finishing up. Queen slowly making its trek down there. Another queen is already here, making 12 lings. So we're finally going to get rid of that engineering bay. Eventually, there they go. We've got spawning pool working on ling speed. This planetary just finished, so this is going to be very secure from any type of Zergling attacks. It's simply not going to work. Factory is being created now. Let's see, in terms of units, we only have 1 Marine out for killerKoala. Of course, he does have the planetary to attack, but if Lings were able to get by, this is, of course, a complete wall-off, so the Lings would have to destroy one of these structures first, but it's out of the range of the planetary, so only the Marine will be able to attack. More Marines being manufactured there, or trained, rather. I guess you don't really manufacture people. Got some Zerglings out here, a lot of Zerglings so far. We have 28 Zerglings, a Baneling nest, so it looks like BFG is just going to opt to do a Baneling bust, which could work rather well. Though he's going to have 2 layers. He's going to have to break through here and then break through here in order to get into the killerKoala's base, because I guess he could also take out the planetary with banelings. But we're going to have to see what he decides to do. 8 banelings being morphed in. He's going to need many more than that if he hopes to do any substantial amount of damage. Of course, there are only 2 Marines out. Yes, only 2 Marines out for our Terran player. This factory got lifted off and moved a little bit. He's going to move it some more. There we go. He wanted to put a starport there. Lifting that, so maybe we're going to see some Banshee play. He does certainly have the gas for it. Still has all those workers on the gas. He's getting quite a bit of gas. Even these 2 are done with, looks like 1 worker each on them. This expansion for the Zerg doesn't have any drones at it, only being used essentially as a macro hatch. You can see 17 drones to 26 SCVs, banelings getting separated from the rest of the pack, 1 more being morphed in, so we're going to have to see. It looks like BFG is going to go for a bust here. He knows there's a planetary. He does have that overlord there. So we're going to see, we'll have to see what goes on. He's moving the banelings. He's going in right now. Tons of banelings going in for the base. He's going to take out, there goes the barracks. So all of his banelings are gone. What's he going to do? He's going, oh, the lings, lots of them taken out by the planetary fortress. Already 12 dead from the planetary alone. He's morphing banelings here. That's not really the most secure place to make banelings, but he's repairing these supply depots. 1 Marine hacking away at the units. These banelings looks like they're actually going to finish. We have to see, will they be enough? Oh, 1 supply depot does go down. All these lings out here need to run in. There's only 4 Marines out. The planetary fortress takes a few shots. These lings are going to be able to clean up a few units, but there's only 4 lings in the base. The supply depots are being reconstructed. All the lings are dead except for 1. Going to take a few hacks at these SCVs, and the Viking has landed to take out that final ling. We're still only at 17 harvesters for the Zerg player. He's making 32 more lings. He's clearly very committed to this attack. Doesn't want to fall back on any type of economical standpoint. And we have a Raven upgrade coming in, Corvid Reactor, which gives Ravens more energy when they pop. And we do have this, looks like the first Raven. Yes, the first Raven coming out now. With the bunker, this barracks is being reconstructed. More SCVs are being made. We have a missile turret. Not really sure. Just a couple of missile turrets here just to be safe from Yudas. But of course, we know that BFG is very far away from that. He has a good amount of gas. He does just spend a lot of it on the banelings. But yeah, BFG is essentially all in here. He's at 17 drones compared to the 33 SCVs of killerKoala, which is almost half as many. Getting a couple more barracks up to get more Marines out. Marines are not currently being made. There's only 3 Marines. If any roaches were to be made by BFGs, he would be in a much better position. There's not much killerKoala would really be able to do against a bunch of roaches. Doesn't have any tech labs on his barracks. There's a Raven out. But of course Ravens aren't really that great against roaches. The auto turrets are really their only way to attack. Seeker missile. He has not started the research. Oh, he just started that. Oh, and another baneling bust comes in and the barracks goes down. The 3 banelings go up. The depot gets raised. 1 baneling isn't able to get through. It's stuck behind all of its Zergling buddies. Trying to get... Oh, is it gonna... Nope, it's just gonna sit there. It's not gonna do anything. It's just gonna sit and wait. Probably, I mean, maybe it'll be able to do something. There it goes. It blows up, but it's too late. Auto turret gets thrown behind. Oh, and all of these morphine banelings are gonna die. They should probably get canceled. Nope, just opting to waste that gas and mineral cost. So that didn't work. We have 12 more banelings being morphed in down here, but this barracks is being reconstructed. So if they can plow through right when they're made, plow through this very weak barracks, come up here, start plowing through these supply depots, maybe a way to the base can be opened. But really, BFG is not in a very good spot. The depot gets raised, no damage was done, and BFG just opts to leave the game. He's really in a pretty bad spot at that point. We did have the Terran player go to 4 Tech Lab starports. He was going to mass produce Ravens. He's already got 3 out, 3 more on the way. Seeker missile down. So Of course, BFG doesn't even have any units that can attack air, except for his queens at home. His 2 queens, his expansion with no Germans, that was not a... It's a very interesting choice. He might as well have made a couple. He did have some minerals, and of course, he did throw away all of those links virtually for nothing. He lost 5,000 resources in units, whereas killerKoala only lost 800. So, just to show sometimes the banding bus just isn't working. You should back off. Try going for a more economical plan instead of just blindly throwing in. I guess he wasn't really blindly throwing them in, but hopelessly throwing them in, as those Zerglings really weren't able to do any damage whatsoever throughout that entire game. But good defense by killerKoala. It's very, very smart of him to make sure to keep rebuilding this barracks. He had a very good eye on the supply depots, making sure that they were always raised. Could have been a much different story if a larger group of Lings could have gotten in here to this middle line and started wreaking havoc. But fortunately for him, that was not the case. Supply depots were able to be raised. This planetary fortress ends the game with 31 kills. Very nicely done on this part. Of course, it does 40 damage. How much HP does a Ling have? A Ling only has 35 HP, so it does. A planetary will one-shot a 0-0 Ling. Something to keep in mind. Planetaries are very strong at the beginning of a game, but often not seen, as many Terran players opt for the orbitals to get more minerals, but in this case it worked out. Planetary helped with the defense very well. So I hope you enjoyed my cast. Give me some feedback, let me know how I did, and I'm going to head out. See you guys later. Thank you for watching.